Pepsid Complete knows that food is one of the best parts of game day. That is, until heartburn strikes. Thankfully, just one chewable tablet of Pepsid Complete provides dual-action heartburn relief with an antacid that starts working instantly and an acid reducer that lasts all day. So you can stay focused on that second helping of chili without worrying about heartburn. All day based on 8-hour symptom relief studies during the day. Use product only as directed.
Auto insurance can all seem the same until it comes time to use it. So don't get stuck paying more for less coverage. Switch to USAA Auto Insurance and you could start saving money in no time. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply. USAA.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, guys, this is our bonus episode for episode 30, which was part 2 of the Brownsville Child Murders. And so we don't have any lookup stuff because that part 2 was heavy. That was where I read his confession. Like you had you almost had no comment, let alone questions.
I stopped all the things.
Right.
My body shut down.
Yes, exactly. So we don't have any lookup stuff, but we are going to do a little just chit chat bonus. I have a couple random questions and we have a bunch of listener feedback that I wanted to get into. We are currently, if anybody follows our Instagram or Patreon, you know my air conditioning is out, crapped out Thursday evening. So the episode you'll hear Tuesday, we recorded at my house on.
I just said we'd be back. So he said, "Where the heck are you?" He wants to see Little Pup.
No. So me and Jen recorded Tuesday's episode at my house on Thursday night? Is that what that was? Thursday night, I guess.
Friday.
Or Friday afternoon?
Yeah, because it was already hot.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't going to just stay over. Let me get the heck out of here.
Yeah, so we recorded it at my house Friday evening. It was like 90 degrees. It was very warm, but I think we pulled off a good episode. We'll see. It'll be out Tuesday. Now we are currently at Mark's house, surprisingly, because my air conditioning going out has
you almost said growing out.
has forced me over to Mark's only because one of my 3 dogs doesn't. He gets along with Jenna's dog, but he's a little bit aggressive and annoying, and it would just be a lot to have all 3 of my dogs at Jenna's house with her dog.
And my poor kitty cat.
And your poor kitty cat, Hughes. So we are at Mark's, which has forced me and Mark to be around each other and to chat, and we will see where that goes. So we were at Jenna's. We just came to Mark's. There's our location. There you go. And we're just going to do a brief bonus right now. So like I said, this would have been the Brownsville Child Murders, which was a tough one. It was a tough one for me for sure. And it was a tough one for you, I think, right?
Yeah, I assume it was tough on some level for everyone.
Totally.
With a heart and a brain.
Yeah, I'd agree. So, but we did get we got some great feedback, actually. I had several people who reached out and said that they really enjoyed it. I think on Tuesday's episode, and maybe I'll edit this out, we'll see. I was trying to remember who said that they loved these episodes, and it was Sharday Clark. I can't see the rest of her name, but from what I've screenshot and saved. But she said, I just want to say that the Brownsville Child Murder episodes were amazing. Horrific, yes, but you both did such a great job with such a difficult case. And I thought this was funny. I don't know what it says about me, but this may be one of my favorite episodes. And so appreciate that. Thank you, Sharday.
Thank you.
She also said, if we listen to other true crime podcasts, she suggests 1159 Media podcasts. She said they're very entertaining and sometimes highly inappropriate.
Is that like the media company?
I'm assuming. I'm going to look it up. I haven't yet.
1159?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah. So we'll have to check that out. And then we had I had a few conversations recently with Stephanie on Instagram, and she had said that she listened to Brownsville episode 1, and Brownsville, she said Brownsville is in the Rio Grande Valley and Corpus Christi is close, that she's super familiar with that area, and she had never heard of this. She said most people know a little bit about Brownsville since it's about 45 minutes from South Padre Island, which is one of the biggest spring break beaches around anywhere, which I have heard of South Padre Island. And then she also commented on the egg cleanse stuff that we did. She said, I'm half Mexican, Central American, indigenous, and half white on my mom's side, and I've been through an egg cleanse many times for my grandma after she thought someone else gave me she said ojo, but I think that means like evil eyes, which is meaning, she said my grandma had a curandera, and she wrote it correctly, like how it's actually spelled, and then in parentheses she put it phonetically. Like,
is it curandera?
Curandera.
Okay.
Yeah, which I thought was helpful. She said, my grandma had a curandera friend come to my childhood house one time because I was a weird kid, and all of a sudden I started refusing to enter my parents' bedroom. I would see something in there and got so scared. My grandma believed there was a spirit or something evil in the bedroom, so she had a curandera come cleanse it. She and my mom kept it a secret from my white bread dad, because he wouldn't understand, which I thought was cute. And I asked her, like, do you believe in any of that? Did it work? Were you able
that's what
to
I want to know. Did it help?
Yeah. And she said, I honestly don't remember it all. I was maybe 4 or 5. I remember my mom telling me that after the cleanse, I would be fine and I could walk right in like it's nothing.
Oh, well, then it helped.
Yeah.
Whatever. Just shifted.
Right.
Yeah.
She said my grandma was a firm believer to the extreme. She would have eggs on hand to get rid of mal de ojo. That's what it is. Evil eye.
Yeah.
It would make people touch me when I was little if they told me I had pretty hair or eyes or something. She was quite the character. So that was interesting. And this wonderful listener, Stephanie, also said, because we had talked about in the episode John Allen and I'm blanking.
I don't have my notebook.
The mom. I keep wanting to say Angelica, and that's not right. Why can't I think of her name? Angela? Ugh.
I don't feel like that's right, but well, you'll have to just pop something in here.
Yeah, I'll have
or
to,
not.
No,
but
I mean, truthfully, I don't know. Let's see. I can tell you in 1 second.
just say John Allen and John's mom, his mommy.
I can tell you because I have it right here. It is. Hold on, guys. Hold on. The Brownsville Child Murders. So, yeah, Angela and John Allen. That was right. So,
Angela Allen.
Angela and John Allen. So, we had talked about that they were, throughout the episode, it kept being common law married. And we were like, I thought 10 years, but that's California. And so Stephanie is a family attorney licensed in Texas. And she said common law marriage here has absolutely no year requirement. Lots of people think it's 2 years or 10 years, but it's none. All you need is cohabitation in the state of Texas for any duration of time, a present agreement between the two people to be married, and holding out to each other as spouses, like referring to each other as spouses. So, I mean, there's basically, you just have to say, we're married, and you are. So that was helpful to hear and to learn about. And then we've had a bunch of people who loved your Nothing podcast idea. Zeka loved it. I'm thinking of people
Was it my idea? Or did I just call it the Nothing podcast?
No, you said at the beginning of either it must have been the last bonus, you said, I want to do a podcast called the Nothing podcast.
Oh.
And we just talk about nothing or anything.
Right. Nothing encompasses anything.
Right. And so I've had a handful of people say, I like it. I would listen to that. And Tracy messaged us and said, the Mishmash episode, I'm listening to it now. I love it. I like how you relate to each other. I think you have great voices. And thank you for entertaining me while I meal prep, which is super nice. We had Ethan tell us he would listen to a Nothing episode for sure. So people have been supportive of it, which I think is cool because I could talk about nothing for sure. And we had somebody else, of course, it's not in front of me, who said, I support, maybe it was, I can't remember. I want to say it was Danny, but I'm not sure, who said, I support the TV suggestions. I've had several people who have said, like, yeah, keep suggesting TV. So I wanted to ask you, like, I mean, we talk about what we're watching all the time to each other, but
I don't think I have anything new from when we recorded on Friday.
Totally okay. Not what I was going to ask. I'm going to ask, like, if you could pick a show that you've watched and loved that might not be, like, Breaking Bad's one of my favorite shows. Dexter. Things like that. Like, duh. Everybody knows them. They've either watched them or they haven't. But maybe, like, a show that's a little, like, less popular.
Well, I think I talked about Temptation. No, that's a terrible show. That's terrible. I don't mean that. Well, I was going to say 6 Feet Under, but I think back then a lot of people loved it. So, but that's I'm just a regulation person.
That's true. I mean,
yeah.
6 Feet Under is pretty old. A lot of people maybe haven't watched it. I love that show. That's a great show. We just started watching yesterday at Jenna's house what is it called? The Dolores Roach?
The Horrors
of Dolores Roach.
Look, it's good for a scripted, it's not a sitcom, but it's like a scripted show.
You know what it feels like to me?
And it was decent.
I like the main character.
I like her a lot.
I like the weirdness of it. It's on Amazon Prime for anyone listening. I think it reminds me of, and I didn't look, I feel like it was a play that they readapted into a TV show.
It might be. And also in the show, they show
a bunch of Broadway or something type stuff.
Okay, then maybe it is. Or, yeah.
Because it feels a little awkward. Dramatic and like awkward as a TV show, as a regular TV show. So it feels like maybe it was adapted from that. I don't know. I haven't looked, but I'm going to look now. I have 2 shows right off the top of my head that I think of as like lesser known, underrated shows that I loved. Animal Kingdom on FX.
That was good.
Which was Ellen Burstyn. Is that her name? No.
Something in that. Ellen Barkin.
Thank you. Ellen Barkin. Yeah. Ellen Barkin. And I actually don't know what any of the sons' names are, but it's awesome. I loved it.
Yeah, it's really good.
About a family who lives in Southern California. A bunch of bunch of boys. They all are surfers, and they all pull off random kind of criminal jobs.
They make money, and they do well, at least in part, ups and downs, but they do
doing
well
like
through heists.
Heists. Yeah.
Oh.
And that's on FX. I think it's available now, probably on, I don't know, wherever you can watch FX, Hulu, Amazon Prime, I'd imagine. And then there's a show, I think I recommended this to Dad years ago, and he loved it. It's a handful of years old. It's called Into the Night on HBO, which is now Max. Now it's just called Max. It's not HBO. It's not HBO Max. Now it's called Max.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't even say HBO.
No, they changed it to just Max, which is stupid. It's always going to be HBO.
Well, it's also been HBO Go, HBO Now, HBO this, HBO Toe, you know.
Like, make up your mind. And it has Riz Ahmed. Ooh, I don't know if that's his name and I'm saying it right. But, and John Turturro, and it's like a dark true crime thriller mystery type show from I don't know, 10 years ago. I came upon it randomly on HBO, and it's like 7 episodes. They never made a season 2. I thought it was really well done.
What's the show that I really like, and then Mark watches it or was watching it?
Foundation.
I think you're thinking of that, but it's not called Foundation.
Oh.
The one that has the coolest opening, that I think is the coolest
Right.
opening. There's a storyline going on in Tokyo. There's a storyline going on in...
Invasion?
Yep.
Invasion.
I really like that show.
I only saw it
From
piecemeal.
2018, I think.
Yeah, I never got into it.
The first episode's the best, or first two.
You know what show I really want to watch? The Missing. Have you ever watched that? It kind of reminds me of The Leftovers, which was on HBO with the guy from Mosquito Coast. Jennifer Aniston dated him. Can't think of his name.
Justin Theroux.
Thank you. Yeah. He's in it, and it's like all of a sudden, this is The Leftovers. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, like half of the population just disappears.
Yeah.
And they're trying to like figure out why.
I saw like an episode or two of
I think
Leftover.
The Missing is supposed to be similar to that, but I'm not sure. I just keep hearing about it, and I haven't seen it. So, okay, that was our show. I have not watched anything new this week because I have been rewatching Desperate Housewives, which is the most mindless, fantastical television ever. I love it so much. So much. I'm very thoroughly enjoying it. What is something that you get irrationally excited about as an adult?
Outer space, plants and gardens.
Wow.
Well, travel, but that's not irrational, I don't think. Two cute videos of animals. Yeah, I don't know. If I'm being honest, like irrationally excited would be like those, like outer space. It also rationally or irrationally like agitates anxiety if I think about space too long. But anything space related, yeah, if I see like an astronaut here on the street, not an actual one.
God.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. This woman, I saw this question posted on this new social media app, and then she also answered her own question. She said freshly washed sheets, which I fully agree with.
I love that. I don't
Love
get
it.
irrationally excited though. Like
No,
that's
me
a
either.
hard thing to
Yeah.
navigate, that phrase, but like
Because
that's a simple pleasure of life that I love.
What designates irrationally excited? Like overly
Yeah,
excited?
I guess I think of overly excited of like what doesn't make, like when people see like a little scribble of an astronaut on the bathroom wall, they're not like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I am.
You do. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't have an answer.
Bonobo.
Oh, yeah.
That
okay.
is, that I would say is like,
That's true.
if anyone knows me, right? Like that's one that people have
Accurate.
seen. Not the monkey.
No. Not the monkey, the artist.
Yes.
I have to think about that. Irrationally excited about.
I know one, but it turned out to be irrational that I will tell you, but you'll probably cut it. The Ozempic or the Wegovy.
Oh, yeah, I got. Oh, that's. You know what?
You were irrational, and that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah,
for you or me, that
irrationally.
was. And looking back, it's irrational.
Totally.
I don't know at the time. You
I
didn't
got
know.
super. So actually, I posted about this. I posted something weeks ago and said, like, because all I kept seeing on TikTok and Instagram was people talking about Wegovy, Ozempic, all that. And I was like, and all the videos are like, it's amazing. Look how much weight I've lost and all this. So I posted something on our Instagram story and said, would anybody be interested to hear my personal take on it? Because I've taken it now. Has nothing to do with true crime, so it felt irrelevant. But I had a bunch of people respond saying like, absolutely.
Did you give your true take?
I haven't yet.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't. I never went back to it. And so I will briefly say I was very excited because I have struggled with my weight my whole life. Like to stay a healthy weight and to stay in shape, it takes a lot of effort from me. I have to exercise a lot, watch what I eat a lot, and it takes a lot of effort. So I was excited at the thought that wow, maybe, everybody's always looking for a quick fix. And I know really when it comes to like health and weight loss, there's no quick fix, but this seemed like it. And I was super excited. And so at the time when I made a doctor's appointment and got approved for it, I had health insurance. I was so excited to be approved for it. Not for Ozempic because I didn't qualify. Like my blood levels, I didn't have high blood sugar or anything. But Wegovy's just for weight loss, and I qualified for that. And I was so thrilled. I thought it was like, oh my God, it's going to like change my life. And I took it, started off at the lowest dose, went up a dose. I stayed at the second highest dose for 2 months. Made me a little bit nauseous. Definitely killed my appetite, but overeating was really, that's not really my issue. And then moved up to higher and higher doses. And by the last month, I'm not taking it anymore, and I haven't for about 6 weeks now. But the last month that I was taking it, I was at the second highest dose, and I was horrifically physically ill for weeks. I mean, for days initially, like running to the bathroom, just throwing up constantly. And then after that, I just felt kind of queasy all the time. And truthfully, from the minute I started it till the minute I finished it, which was from January to April, maybe, I was tired all the time. I had little motivation. I felt like it was kind of making me a little bit depressed. I felt mildly queasy on a pretty regular basis, which is never a problem for me. And I lost almost no weight. I think I lost 6 pounds. I hated it.
Which again, who knows if that's from not being able to keep food down at the end.
Right.
Either which way, it wasn't worth. The bottom line, I think, from what you shared with me, is not worth it.
Not worth it, and really didn't work because truthfully, after 3 months, if I had lost 30 pounds, but I was mildly uncomfortable and a bit tired and a little bit queasy, you better believe I probably would have stuck with it. I would have dealt with it. But losing, 5-6 pounds and feeling just completely, I felt like somebody took it sounds really cheesy, but I felt like if I'm like a flashlight like this, I had like dying batteries in my flashlight.
Someone dimmed your light.
Yeah, like honestly, that's how I felt. I just felt not like myself for months. I really hated it. And then I lost my insurance and I paid for it for 1 month out of pocket. And I didn't even finish that month because it was so uncomfortable and so terrible and so not worth it. So I'm envious of people who take it and they lose a ton of weight and they don't have that big of a side effects. I think that's awesome, and I'm very envious of that. I did not have that experience at all. It made me like a kind of a bit of a zombie, and not a super skinny zombie either. Just regular, just regular. So, I mean, and you saw it. Like, I was so sick one day. I called Jen. I was like, "You have to come over and just keep me company. Like, I'm so fucking sick."
Yeah, it seemed unfun.
Yeah, it was not fun.
Not that all of life is fun, but it seemed the opposite.
I don't think I would ever be a person who would say this, which is, I'd rather be slightly overweight and feel like myself, like normal energy, good mood, normal. I would never say that. In the past, I would always say,
until I tried this thing.
Yeah. And now I will say that wholeheartedly. Do you have a favorite word?
Oh, I probably have 50, but you should have asked me this at my house because I have this book of words that I love.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but off the top of my head, no. Okay. I don't. Do you?
I know I do, and I can't think of it. But I know I do.
Even though you knew you were asking that question, you knew I would ask you yours.
I know. I did not prepare well. If you could bring one thing back. If you could bring. Izzy just scratched me where Indiana.
Scratched your scratch.
She scratched my scratch where Indiana has already scratched me. If you could bring one thing back from your childhood, what would it be?
Mom.
Good answer. Can't top that one. Gotta agree. Do you know there's a new social media app called Threads?
No. Sounds like that clothing thing.
It is, Thread Up. That's used clothes. It's called Threads. It's an Instagram app. So you sign in with your Instagram, and it's essentially, it's Twitter, but for Instagram. I'll show you because I downloaded it as on.
It's words versus pictures mostly, or
yeah, words, but no hashtags, no videos. It's literally just words. It's like the word part of Twitter, which is nice. You can do pictures or GIFs, but no videos, no hashtags. And you have the option when you sign in, like I signed in as Death by Southwest with our Instagram because it's a Zuckerberg whatever app. And so it's like, do you want to follow all the same people you follow? And I was like, sure. If they're on Threads, yeah, sure. And I don't know. It's interesting. I'm not a huge fan of Twitter, so I'm not sure how I feel about this one, but it's interesting. If anyone else has tried it, it's out of all the apps that have come out in the past since Facebook, it went to number 1 downloaded app within like 45 minutes of being released. I think ChatGPT went to...
Is that an app?
It is now, yeah.
Is it? But that's not considered social media.
No, it's not. But they're
just apps, period. Okay.
It went to like number 1 downloaded app in, I want to say 5 hours. You know, Instagram was, I don't know, a day. Facebook was 10 hours. I don't know. I saw this post about that. But Threads like was that. And realistically, I have explored it a bit. I still totally don't understand it. But like everyone I follow on Instagram is essentially on it, and I'm
not. What about me?
That's true.
I won't be either. I don't have a Twitter either, but
we have a Twitter for Death by Southwest, and Twitter's, I feel like it's shouting into the black hole of the universe. Like I could post 30 things, and it just, unless I've never gotten the hang of Twitter. I don't know.
I got nothing.
Not for me.
I'm not Twittering.
What did I say the other night? What's your favorite day of the week? You said you didn't have one the other night.
Well, as I was leaving, I said it just might be Monday, which I meant that as in, well, at first I meant Monday sucks. No one likes Monday. Maybe
Right.
people do. But then I thought about my Monday. I like my Monday. My favorite day of the week? Depends on the week.
Good answer. I like that answer.
I mean, it really does. I mean, sure, I love weekends and days off.
Every day does. We did talk about like every day does have like a feel though.
It does, whether you're full-time working,
Right.
you're regular, whatever the regular job is. Or
I like a Sunday.
although, the only time days of the week when I'm traveling, days of the week don't feel, even if I'm not working and I'm at home, let's say I'm not working for a week and I'm at home, I still know the feels of the days of the week. But yeah, that's interesting, huh? Meh.
I like a Sunday feeling. I like a Thursday. It's like you're getting close to the fun weekend, but
Depends
you get to
on-
anticipate it.
But depends on what you work. So
Yeah.
like I think about people who don't work traditional weekends, which I used to not,
Right.
or not have off traditional weekends.
Right.
So Thursday felt like when, it would be
it
Friday
depends.
felt
I
like
guess it does depend.
kind of the Thursday feel.
That's true. Did you watch this movie, Shooting Stars?
No, I watched the other one. Or I watched one of these.
You watched this one, the LeBron James one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's another one out there now, or a show or a movie like about, not LeBron, but like, I don't know. It's called something. Yeah, I think I did. Or I did see
I
this.
think you told me to watch this. I haven't
Yeah, it
watched
was
it yet.
good.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was good. I won't say interesting. It was entertaining and good.
Okay. I might watch it. We'll see.
Plus, I know. I think I said he was in high school kind of like right before or right around or right after something.
Oh, the 90s.
Yeah. Like it was
Yeah.
early. I think it was like 2000. So like kind of right when I entered high school. So like
That's right.
some of the music and what they do, they like drive around and listen to like
Yep.
whatever the music was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I've seen a lot of like I almost just said red. Oh my God. I saw a post today on Threads that said somebody should remake the movie Now and Then, but now is now and then is the 90s.
then is when the then what? Then is when the now was.
So now, exactly.
Yeah.
So now and then, that Christina Ricci movie, when they made it, it was like, then was the 70s.
Right.
And now was the 90s.
Right.
It'd be, I can't remember who posted. It was something, some random person. What a great idea. I love that idea. I think that'd be super interesting. Anyways, we got to feed these.
Get going. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to feed these dogs.
Someone's going to get Betty time soon, and it's not Izzy.
It's not. Oh my gosh. Izzy just climbed right on top of Jenna with her cute little old face. Oh my goodness. Sweetie. They're hungry. All right, we're going to feed the dogs. This was a brief bonus, but it was a bonus nonetheless. And we will be out with a brand new 1-part episode on Tuesday. No part 2. Oh my God, Izzy is falling asleep on Jenna. So sweet. Sweet old girl. Happy Sunday to everyone. And thank you for listening. Thank you for all of your comments and communication. And we will talk to you guys soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.